Hi, Delaware. This is Chris Rowe, and you're listening to Al Escobar on the Delaware Real Estate Show.
All right, so we're here today on the Delaware Real Estate Show. We're going to talk a little bit about, so you think you want to sell your home on your own. Today we're here with Homer and Darlene Massey. They're clients of mine from Clayton, Delaware. How are you guys today?
Fine, thank you.
Good.
Thanks for coming over. I really appreciate it. We have a little bit of experience together here. I have this happen to me all the time. I try to be the most honest real estate agent I can be, and I come in and a lot of times I end up putting my foot in my mouth, not telling people what they want to hear. But the market is what it is. So today it's declining, and the prices are coming down. A lot of times agents will get the listing rather than me getting it, and that kind of hurts a little bit, you know. But it is what it is. Everybody wants to try and get as much as they can. That other agent tells you they can get you more. You know, I would probably want to go for it too if I believed I could get it, you know. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of people out there that are looking to sell on their own, but because of the lack of knowledge of the process, it is a little bit difficult. So when we met, I gave you guys a number, and it was what the market was doing. I don't even remember what it was. Do you remember what the number was that I gave you initially?
The very first one it was around 120 or 120,000.
120 to 130, 120, 125, somewhere.
120
something like
to
that.
125, I believe it was.
Okay.
And we were shocked.
Yeah, the market had, and I know you guys, especially in your situation, you've done a lot of the work in that house yourself.
Right,
Everything.
exactly. Yeah, we totally, totally redone that house, from top to bottom. So, heaters, electric, everything. Yeah, completely. It's practically a new house except for the studding.
Yeah, so it was a little tough to kind of give it away after.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You know,
If you put
having
that
it,
much effort
doing
in.
all that work, and you did rent it for a little while, but.
Right. Yeah.
So some of the stuff that you have to do when you're trying to sell on your own is get the pricing proper. You have to deal with buyers, taking them through the property, get them pre-qualified, show the property, negotiate the price and terms.
Yeah.
You guys weren't even really considering doing that at that time.
No, at the time, no, we weren't considering that. We thought that we would just go ahead and rent it out.
Yeah, we
Just
had given
rent it
up.
out.
We had given up.
Yeah, pretty much
almost.
given up because the market has went so far south that like you say, we couldn't recoup, the money and everything that we put into it. So we just figured, well, we'll just go ahead and rent it for a while and until the market, decides to turn around and
Lord knows when that's going to be.
and Lord knows when that's going to be.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
just
everybody
couldn't
keeps saying,
afford
oh, next year. I mean, it just ain't happening. Now it's going. I think it's went a little bit further.
Yeah, and that
gotten
was
worse.
the reports today, and the
Yeah.
reports that I looked at, the housing numbers were all down.
Yeah, it's gotten worse. Yeah.
And that's the way it's going. There's opportunity out there. It's just that, and I saw also on the news that the markets are going to be the only thing that correct themselves. There's nothing the government can really do to try and stimulate our economy. And I truly believe that. And I think that if they do, they stimulate it, it may create some false numbers and false hope, and
Yeah.
people might take action on things
Right.
in that hope and with faith, and that's just not going to work out for them. But there are other opportunities out there in the market. But we went through the process. You listed it with another agent. Did you have a lot of people through?
Not a whole lot. There's probably a couple people came through.
Did you get any offers on the property?
No offers.
Okay.
No.
Nothing.
So when you were with the other agent, did you adjust the price, or did you have the one set price, or did you bring it down
Well,
some?
we brought it down a couple times.
Couple times.
Couple
A
times
couple times we brought it down.
Mhm.
Still, you get no activity. I mean, like I said, some people came through there. They looked at it, and that was the end of that.
But then we did lower it one time, and they even forgot to list it that we lowered it. so it wasn't listed properly for a little while.
So you adjusted the price and it wasn't taken.
They didn't
They
follow through.
forgot
The agent
to-
didn't follow through.
Forgot
so
to put it in the paper at that different price, so it sat at that other price for a
It
little
sat at the
while.
other price even.
Then we
Right.
realized, we saw it, we're like, oh my gosh, they never changed it.
Yeah, with the market declining, it's important to, if you don't change your price as soon as you can.
As soon as you can,
Yes,
right.
and we weren't aware that they didn't change it in the
Wow.
paper, so we got in touch with them, and they're like, oh my gosh, yes, we did, and so, but then time was running out. Then the
wasted
6
time,
months
right.
were just
Well, that
about
happens.
up.
That happens. But at
Yeah.
the same time, in 6 months in this market, it's a 6%, 5 to 6% decrease in value, which is several $1,000s.
Right.
So when I saw that the property had expired, and I gave you guys a call, we were going to go ahead and set it up and try to manage it as a
Manage
rental,
it and rent it, yeah.
just to keep it afloat and maybe try to sell it later on.
Right, exactly.
But I kind of saw that you really, really, really didn't want to do that. You kind of wanted just to get out from under it if you could.
Right, exactly. I mean, our age, we're retired, and I don't want to be dealing with renters and all that nonsense. So I just soon just sell it. Because that was our intentions in the beginning. You fix it up, you sell it, and you're done.
Right.
Move on. So
Well, that's as a real estate agent. A lot of people think that a real estate agent is out to make money. Of course, we are. We're out. Everybody's got to get paid. Everybody's got to make
Yeah.
money. In my position as a real estate agent, if I managed your property, we'd have probably got $800, $900, maybe $1,000 a month.
right,
I collect the first month's rent, and for the placement of the tenant, and then 10% every month thereafter. So I'm going to make $800 or $1,000 a year on that. We didn't even go that route because I kind of saw that you really wanted to sell it, and I showed you a program. Do you remember what that program cost? What was the full fee?
$699.
$699. So I made less money by putting you in that program. But that program was really what you guys wanted to do. I mean, you didn't even realize that was what you wanted to
Right.
do.
no, not at the time. I was still a little skeptical as how it's going to turn out. But
What do you mean?
well, I didn't know if this been another dead end, just like we're trying to sell
Right,
it.
right.
Say, okay, I can sell. Realtors agents are coming up and saying, hey, I can sell it for this price or that price, and it was nothing but dead ends.
wasn't happening.
So I figured, well, it's worth a shot. We'll go ahead and give it a shot. I trusted your
Yeah.
judgments there. You
Trusted your
really
advice.
believed that you could sell it, and so we went with it. And sure enough, it turned out really well.
Yeah, I'm pretty good. There's right now in the market, there's a 9% spread of ask to sell, and what that means is, on average, when you get in the range to actually sell your property and start getting people through, you're usually within 9% of where it's going to sell for. I'm my personal average of saying here's what it's going to sell for, and to what it actually is about 4.5% to 5% off. So I'm pretty good at pinpointing where the number is today to sell it for.
Right.
Yeah, and what I liked about this too is because the market has driven the prices down so low, and we're like right on the edge there. And I didn't want to have to sell it, and it cost me money to sell it.
Right.
So what you offered there would put me just in the range where I could sell it. I didn't make a whole lot of profit. We just pretty much broke even, but at least it didn't cost us to sell the house.
So what you're saying, if there was a traditional real estate commission involved,
It would have cost us money to sell it.
you wouldn't have been
We
able to.
would've lost.
No.
You would have lost money.
That's why. Well, yeah,
Big
because
time.
if we had to go that way, I would have rented it out. I'd rather just rent it out, and then we could drive the balance on the house, the mortgage. It would just further drive that down to the point where then when the market did turn around, that we would be in a position where we could at least sell it and make a couple dollars.
And again, Lord knows when that would be.
And who knows when that
Exactly.
would be? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it just
Like I
laid
said,
on
we're
our backs.
at
so
our age.
bad.
If I was a younger fellow, if I was younger and gotten into this here at a younger age, time's on my side, then I'd just say, well, I'll just rent it out. and
Right,
sit
right.
on it. And possibly I might even have gotten another one, and rent a couple.
Sure.
But at our age, we want to deal with. We're retired. We don't want to deal with all that nonsense. So
Just the upkeep that it took us to take care of that property.
Well, yeah,
The
just
cutting of the grass and the
Yeah, I don't want to
keeping
deal
all
with
the
that.
maintenance up was really getting hard too.
Well, it
so.
sounds like the You Sell Delaware program worked for you.
Yeah,
So
it worked
Sure
really
did.
well.
when the buyers came on this program, were they calling you directly, or were they with another agent?
They were with another agent.
They were with another agent.
Yeah.
So that kind of makes the process a little bit easier most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I didn't have to deal with the laws and all the paperwork, and they pretty much handled the whole thing.
Right? They pretty much they drew up a contract that
Right.
did all that for you.
And at times I could I contact you for a little bit of advice or
Yep.
some information that I wasn't sure about to make sure everything was on the up and up. So
Yeah, you're not totally on your own with the You Sell Delaware program. This is a program offered by me, Al Lescavar, who is a RE/MAX agent. It's just a way for folks that want to give it an effort to sell on their own. It's not an easy process, and it's not an option that's available for everybody. You do have to work around a buyer's schedule, and especially in this market, it's a buyer's market. Buyers can be very demanding. They're going to want to see your property on evenings, weekends. They're going to cancel on you on the last minute. So you have to be able to set appointments and be able to, take people through the house. The next thing that's important if you're going to be making an effort at selling on your own is you have to be willing to pre-qualify the buyers. A lot of folks are shy about this, but as a real estate agent, I would never bring anybody through your home that I did not pre-qualify first. As part of the You Sell Delaware program, we have a free referral service to several mortgage bankers and brokers that are local to the area that can help that buyer get the money. So it's important that you call these folks and you get your buyers pre-qualified, preferably before you show them the property. Pre-approval and pre-qualification of these folks is very important. When you guys had an agent come through, so you didn't have to worry about that, it really makes it easier. The You Sell Delaware program is designed to save you the real estate commission, but on the other side of the coin, a lot of agents or a lot of buyers are already signed up with an agent. In that situation, as soon as we put the property on the market, there may be an agent out there that has a buyer for your property, so you don't want to miss them. So you do a lot of times offer a commission. What commission did you offer the buyer's agent on your program?
what the amount?
Yeah.
It was $2,500.
So you offered a flat $2,500. You can offer a flat fee. You can offer 2%. You can offer 3%. You can offer 4%.
About 3%.
The bottom line is, if the buyer comes with an agent, then you would have to pay that additional fee. If not, the fee that you pay for your advertising program through You Sell Delaware is your whole fee. If that buyer calls you directly, you do not have to pay another dime in a real estate commission.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So it's a good program if people can meet some simple qualifications. Again, not just working around the buyer's schedule, it's actually showing the property. This is a great advantage, especially for you folks in your situation, because you did all the work to the house. Now, somebody that lives in the house and they've been there 20 years, there's really nobody better to show that property than the owner of the property.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
you guys didn't own it that long, but you redid the whole house, so you knew everything about it.
Right,
And my
exactly.
God, you overdid it. You did a great job over there.
Yeah.
Most investors would not spend that kind of money and do that kind of detailed work just to turn
Everything.
around and sell it. But you guys, somebody got a great deal over it.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
They did get a good
Yes,
deal.
they did.
So, but the bottom line is, when it comes to showing the property, there's really nobody in the world. There's no agent that can display and present your property better than the homeowner can. The fourth thing someone would need to do is to be able to talk turkey and talk money. You have got to be able to negotiate the price and terms, and this is usually the toughest part for the homeowner. With YouSellDelaware.com and this You Sell Delaware program, you are not on your own. As a licensed real estate agent, I can help you with this. Once you have ironed out the details in terms of your contract, if the buyer is not with another agent, I will come in and do a contract for you I'll meet with you and the buyers. We'll sit down between you and the buyers. We'll make sure everybody understands all the terms and the prices and how everything works. And then we will do the contract for you. That's part of the YouSellDelaware.com program. Okay? Once the contract is signed and in order, the buyer's agent in Delaware, the buyer gets to choose the agent. So the buyer's agent will then take care of the settlement. So you will have some transfer tax to pay and maybe some other small miscellaneous fees, but the attorney's fees all go to the buyer. The only thing left to do at that point is to show up at settlement, be ready to move if you're moving out of the house, and hopefully you're collecting a check and not writing a check.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a crazy day. You know, people go to settlements today all the time, and they have to bring a check. I went to a lot of real estate settlements personally where I walked in there with nothing and came out with $5,000 or $20,000. You know, and that's the way it used to be. That was the typical way it used to be. Today, it's not like that anymore. A lot of times you have to bring a check.
Yeah. Everybody's feeling it, man.
Everybody's feeling it.
It goes around everybody. That's include the agents and you know, the buyers, the sellers, everybody.
The agents,
well,
yeah.
The buyers, I guess, are the ones that's making out.
The buyers are definitely making out. The buyers
are making
the
out.
investors. There are some deals out there. It's never been more affordable. And what's next down the road for us, I believe, is it's no good news out there. The interest rates have to go up. The only people loaning money right now is the government. FHA, Freddie Mac, Fannie Mae, they're funding all the loans. There's 99% of loans out there are funded. I mean, think about it. If you were a lender, you had $8 million you wanted to put on the street, you're going to have to be competitive, so you're going to have to lend it at a low interest rate to somebody who may lose their job.
Right.
And it's backed up by an asset that's declining in value. So there's not many people out there wanting to loan money, but that's going to have to change soon because the government just can't keep printing more money.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen is the interest rates are going to start to creep up soon, and that's going to put another damper on the housing market and our economy.
Well, that'll definitely hurt right there. Yeah.
But it's definitely going to happen. It's definitely going to happen. They're talking about they're going to definitely. I'm almost positive they're going to raise the debt ceiling, and when they do that, they print more money, and the interest rates are going to start to creep up shortly after that. I can almost guarantee that. So that's where we are today. You know, it's not the nicest place, but it is what it is. So we got to make the best where we are with what we have. And that's what we did in this situation. I'm glad that this worked out for you guys.
Yeah, it's pretty
There are a bazillion people out there who are not as lucky.
I know.
So YouSellDelaware.com. Please check it out if you're considering selling on your own. Don't go at it alone. You can get professional help while you sell on your own. That's YouSellDelaware.com. We'll be right back with more Delaware Real Estate Show. Again, we're here today with Homer and Darlene Massey, clients of Al Escobar and successful YouSellDelaware.com program users. Thanks a lot for coming in today, guys. I really appreciate it.